My name is Eric Torchin, and we are here today to interview Carlos Jaramillo, a scientist at the Smithsonian. We will talk about his discovery of the Titanoboa and the relevance of his finding to history. Carlos, what was your reaction after you had this find?
Well, every time you find a new fossil, it's an amazing feeling because something had been on the earth buried for millions of years, and you are the first one seeing. So it's an amazing feeling.
When you found the fossils, did you realize that it was an important discovery?
Yeah, we realized that was going to be something really huge because something of this size, and especially at that time period, has never been found before.
So what was the scenario of the finding?
So we have been working in this coal mine called Cerrejón. And Cerrejón is one of the biggest coal mines in the world. Just to give you an idea of how big that mine is, every year they remove the same material that was removed when they built the Panama Canal. So it's a huge mine that produces millions of tons of coal. And it's a perfect place to look for fossils because we can walk for extensive pieces of land looking for fossils everywhere.
So, Carlos, when did you have this finding?
Well, we have been working there for almost 10 years, and we just didn't find just one single fossil of this snake. There are hundreds of them everywhere. So the process of discovery has been going for many years.
So who were you with this time?
We were with a team of about 7 to 10 paleontologists over several years. The first one was in 2005. And there were many young people, mostly from Colombia, and we were hunting for all kinds of fossils.
And why this location?
This was the perfect place because we wanted to go back in time to see how the tropical latitudes, behaved during past ancient global warmings. So this was the perfect place to set our research.
So, Carlos, was the discovery by chance, or did you intend to find the snake?
Well, when you find a fossil like this one, you go to the field, you will never think that you are going to find something like that. So it was totally unexpected. Never in my wild dreams I will imagine that you will find a 45 feet long snake.
This discovery was obviously very significant. So what's your idea of the significance of it?
Well, it teaches us how the environment and the plants and animals behave with climate change. And that's very important, especially because the climate change we are living right now, our own species, over the past 200 million years, had already modified the climate of the planet. We have increased the levels of CO2 to 400 parts per million, and the last time it happened was about 4 million years ago. So over the past 200 years, our own species has modified the climate of the planet. And we'll have to live with that different climate for thousands and thousands of years. So this discovery of the Titanoboa and all the fossils that we found in this coal mine has been very useful to understand how the tropics will behave in this new climate that we have created.
How does this change your view of history?
Well, before we thought that the tropics during global warming, when the temperature goes up, will really be affected. That the rainfall will decrease and many plants and animals will go extinct. But we went to this place, this warming that happened 60 million years ago. We realized that what we find in the fossil record is just the opposite. The animals got really big like this snake, and the forest was very productive. It was a very productive ecosystem during this past global warming.
So what are the effects of climate change in these reptiles?
Well, Titanoboa is a good example of this. Think of this snake. This is a 3 meters boa living today. Well, it's not living. You can see it's already dead. Now, This is the vertebra that correspond to this animal. It's a very tiny vertebra, as you can see. When you compare that to Titanoboa, you realize how huge this animal was. So this is the vertebra of this snake. Imagine the size of Titanoboa if this is the vertebra itself. So because the boas, they cannot control the internal temperature, they depend on the external temperature. To have a big animal like this one, you need a hotter climate. So one of the consequences of the climate change, the global warming back in time, is these animals, like the snakes, could be much, much bigger than today.